What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the More You Know BTAS Episode 2, the show where your hosts of Radiovania, me, Jon Parker, and Zach Rotella will dive into very specific things that we love and kind of clarify why we love it so much and just elaborate more on stuff that we might have mentioned in the past on our Radiovania show. So if you've never listened to this show before, basically what I'm doing right now is I'm going through episode by episode through Batman the Animated Series, which is my favorite version of the Batman character, as is a lot of other people as well. And so this is our second episode, like I was saying before, and we're just going in the order that is on the Warner Brothers DVDs. So this episode, we have Christmas with the Joker, aka everybody's favorite holiday special. It is directed by Ken Butterworth and written by Eddie Gorodetsky. Hopefully I didn't botch that name too much, Eddie. But anyway, let's get started. A couple things to talk about first is this is our first exposure to the Joker in this The More You Know show. And this is the Mark Hamill Joker. It's a fan favorite, and it's definitely my personal favorite incarnation of the character. And we also get to see Robin for the first time in this show, as played by Lauren Lester. And this is the Dick Grayson Robin. Not the Jason Todd or the Tim Drake, which they do get into Tim Drake a little bit later on. However, this is Robin, kind of when he's in the height of his career with Batman before he becomes Nightwing. And something that I think is interesting about this show is that we kind of just start in the middle of the careers. You don't really see origin stories for characters at the beginning like you would with maybe a first installment of a film franchise or something. These origin stories are elaborated more on in later episodes. For example, the Robin's Reckoning two-parter, we get to see Dick Grayson's kind of origin into becoming Robin when he is adopted by Bruce Wayne. And we get to see this version's almost Batman Begins story for Bruce Wayne in The Mask of the Phantasm and a couple other episodes as well. So it's just something that I think is cool is that they throw us kind of into the middle of Batman in his career when he's at the height of his powers in Gotham City. And it's, probably like 5 to 10 years into his career, as opposed to the Batfleck, which is like 20 years into his career, and he's murdering people. It's not cool. But anyway, about this episode, I think it's a really fun, just enjoyable episode. I do actually watch this every Christmas. It's kind of like the Grinch for me. But let's talk more about the Christmas with the Joker. So one of the first things I wanted to discuss is there's a part in this episode where Robin is trying to get Batman to enjoy Christmas Eve and watch It's a Wonderful Life. And there's a line, that Kevin Conroy says is like, "It's a Wonderful Life. I never really watched it. I couldn't get past the title." It's just something that I think is really funny and cool with the show is that they do a really good job of showing Bruce's human struggles. I mean, he was a young boy who lost his parents, and it really made him grow up really fast. And he's never really gotten to be able to sit down and enjoy Christmas and stuff like that the same way that he used to. And I think it's cool that kids can relate to Robin in this episode, and they want people to enjoy Christmas with them, and the people they look up to, in this case Batman, to be able to kind of hang back and stuff like that. So it's just something that I think that they do a really good job of. They also touch on, Batman's loneliness and stuff like that in the Lego movie. So it's just something cool that, there's stuff there for kids and there's stuff there for adults. And then also in the episode, they're trying to watch It's a Wonderful Life after they do a sweep of the city. And they turn it on and the Joker's taken over all the channels because he wants all eyes on him. And in this Batman the Animated Series incarnation of the Joker, he's definitely still a psychotic madman, but he's not necessarily there to watch the world burn, to quote The Dark Knight. It's almost as if he just wants an audience and he just wants to have fun in his own psychotic way, especially Batman. He's always trying to get Batman's attention because he is obsessed with Batman, and they have this little cat and mouse type relationship, and it's just continuing to develop throughout future episodes, which I can't wait to get into as well. It's just, funny stuff like, "Welcome to Christmas with the Joker, the show nobody wants to see, but everybody will watch." He's doing this Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade special, and he's just crazy. He has an audience in the studio made out of gingerbread cookies. He kidnapped some law enforcement to pretend that they're his family and stuff. So it's just very, very fun gags while also still being like a very real threat. This is also the first time in the show that we get to hear Shirley Walker's fantastic Joker theme. But, you know, for this Christmas special that he has going on, it's almost like a swing style for 50s TV and stuff like that. He's wearing this really funny turtleneck and sweater combination, almost to be like, he's hanging out for the holidays. They actually have a Batman the Animated Series action figure for that, which I'm dying to get as a great desk toy. But it's kind of like he's the Joker, I should say. It's kind of like he's broadcasting to us, the audience. The episode is structured almost as if we are watching the Christmas with the Joker special. He like takes us into commercial breaks and stuff like that, and faces the camera for a majority of it. Excuse me. So it's just something that's really interesting, is kind of how each episode in this series can be a little different. It's not like something that's just ingrained and there's no real structure that they have to follow with every one, which I think is really cool. Another addition in this episode that we didn't get in On Leather Wings was the Batmobile. Get to see a lot of the Batmobile in this one. I arguably think that this is the coolest Batmobile, maybe tied with the Keaton Mobile from the Tim Burton movies. I love the wings and the fins and stuff like that. And some standout like scenes without a whole lot of dialogue is that awesome Nutcracker sequence where they're playing the famous Nutcracker theme while Batman and Robin are fighting large toys in the really creepy LAFCO museum. That's a fun part, as well as Joker giving Batman a present, wrapped in Batman wrapping paper and stuff like that. It's just a really, really fun episode. And just to kind of close out, I really think that this episode is good at setting up the relationship of Batman and the Joker for this series, something that, like I said before, we're going to dive into more as those episodes start to come in with Mark Hamill's Joker and Kevin Conroy's Batman. And Paul Dini writes some really good ones to further kind of ferment their relationship. But, Batman's never going to kill the Joker no matter how many people he hurts. And the Joker only wants Batman's undivided attention. He's a showman, and he wants Batman to constantly be entertained in his own sick way. To quote The Dark Knight, you're just too much fun. Can't kill you. But anyway, that's all I really wanted to talk about Christmas with the Joker. I know that we'll be posting this in like August or September. But you can go back and listen to this after you watch it, hopefully, for Christmas break. So to give you a little sneak peek to what we got next, we get the Scarecrow next week. And that's another great episode. So we're starting out with some really, really cool ones with some big heavy hitter villains like Man-Bat and Scarecrow and the Joker. But anyway, if you do like the show, please hit that red subscribe button. Also, please go check out Radiovania. Zach and I have a lot of fun doing that show, broadcasting about the news and doing After Darks every now and then where we add guests and talk about topics and stuff. And if you have any ideas or comments for the show, feel free to, add them on the video, as well as emailing us at radiovaniashow@gmail.com. You can also follow the show, Radiovania, on Twitter. Maybe we'll get into a more Twitter, but since it's kind of still a branch from Radiovania, we might just stick with that one method of communication. But anyway, I hope you guys like the show, and I look forward to next week. Bye.